Yo, what's up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, Tony Yoka has announced his next fight. He will be fighting on September the 25th against fellow Frenchman Johann Duhaupas. Now in my opinion, this is more than a solid step up for Tony Yoka. As we know, Tony Yoka is one of the more highly touted prospects in the heavyweight division. He was a great amateur, an Olympic gold medalist, and all in all he's a very talented fighter. But nevertheless, as a pro, he is still very inexperienced, and he's only had 7 fights. Plus the fact he's actually been fairly inactive due to essentially a drugs ban in France. Now, he never failed any drug tests per se, but he missed a few tests and he got a suspension as a result. So the guy turned pro in June 2017 and he's only had 7 fights in that time period since then, so the guy has been fairly inactive. But having said that, his competition for a 7-0 heavyweight hasn't been too bad. You know, he's fought tough guys like Dave Allen, he's fought Michael Wallish, Alexander Dimitrenko, Jonathan Rice. He's fought some okay guys for a 7-0 prospect, and in my opinion, this Johann Duhaupas fight will be a step up from the previous guys he's fought. I would take Johann Duhaupas to beat anybody on Tony Yoka's resume currently, so that indicates it's a step up in my book. You know, Johann Duhaupas, seen better days now. I would argue he's past his best. He's 39 years old, but first and foremost, he's quite a big heavyweight at 6'5". He can punch a bit, he's very durable, and he's been in there with some good competition. Of course, Johann Duhaupas is a former WBC title challenger. He fought Deontay Wilder a few years ago. He's also fought Alexander Povetkin. Both of those fights he lost, but he has beaten guys like fringe contender Robert Helenius and also fringe contender Manuel Charr. So, Johann Duhaupas, is he a world beater? Absolutely not. But he's a tough, durable guy with a decent punch and he's experienced. So, for me, a decent step up for Tony Yoka. Obviously, they're both at opposite ends of their careers. Tony Yoka at the start, Johann Duhaupas at the end of his career. So I expect Tony Yoka to win this fight. To me, really, it's how much trouble he has doing it and how good he looks. You know, people question Tony Yoka's power as a professional. It's going to be interesting to see whether he can put a dent in Johann Duhaupas' chin because, like I said, Duhaupas is quite tough. It actually took Deontay Wilder quite a few rounds to knock this guy out. It might have been the 11th round maybe, something like that. And also he went the distance with Jarrell Miller, who more than likely was on all sorts of PEDs. So the dude is tough, and if Tony Yoka were to get a stoppage, it would be somewhat of a statement in my opinion. If he were to get a stoppage, I would say it's via accumulation. I don't think Tony Yoka's going to blast this guy out of there with one shot. But I could see him getting a stoppage late on via accumulation basically. Maybe a combination that isn't answered and he gets stopped on his feet. I certainly think that's a realistic possibility because like I say, Tony Yoka, fast guy, good combination puncher, puts his shots together really well. I could see that happening in this fight, you know. Maybe too much unanswered punishment and the referee waves it off. But it'll be interesting to see whether Johann Duhaupas gives Tony Yoka any problems whatsoever. You know, a lot of people, obviously they're aware of Tony Yoka's amateur background, but there's not too many people out there who are super high on Tony Yoka as a pro. I'm kind of on the fence with Tony Yoka. I think the guy has a good skill set. He's technically refined, he's fast, he moves pretty well, he always comes in good shape. I like what I see, but at the same time, for some reason, you know, you look at certain fighters and you're not convinced straight away. Tony Yoka's one of those guys to me. I just feel there's an air of vulnerability there. Maybe I'm completely wrong. That's just my gut instinct with Tony Yoka. I feel he looks a little soft around the whiskers, you know, maybe susceptible to pressure. Just my assertion, just my gut instinct. We'll see what happens with that, but I like this step up for Tony Yoka. I've actually been calling for this fight for a little while now. I felt the Duhaupas fight made a lot of sense. Obviously because Duhaupas has been around, he's experienced, he's tough, but also he's from France, you know. This fight goes down in France between 2 Frenchmen. Good fight for the French boxing fans out there, so there we go. Good little fight, good step up, but obviously we expect Tony Yoka to win this fight. I'd be surprised if Duhaupas pulls off the upset here. But interesting fight, interesting step up. After this fight, maybe he could go a step further and fight Carlos Takam, another one of these French heavyweights. That'll be another good step up after this fight. But yeah, happy with this fight. Share your thoughts below. Peace.